Soul 3, a realistic epic fantasy adventure for adults, by Wdowski. Note: for your full enjoyment, be sure to read or listen to the end, and continue to the next chapter. Chapter 41. Which is? Zup asked. We would need to return to the shelter, Dale answered. The shelter? The Pharaoh's interpreter, the prince, and Methuselah all asked. It is where we got these. Dale placed his Warson assault rifle on the table. The shelter has more vacuum-sealed ammo cans, thousands of rounds for these weapons, already made and ready to use. It also has more of these. Not many, but enough to riddle her with bullets to force her to return to Hades. The sky's clear when she is gone, Zoop added. Yes, Dale confirmed. If we can strike her in the midst of battle, damage her enough to drive her back to Hades, her shadow will vanish, the skies will clear, and her legions will be left reeling in the sunlight. The table was silent for a moment. The Pharaoh spoke as she translated, My Pharaoh says blinded demons in open fields would be nothing more than stalks of wheat for his chariots to cut down. And for my light horsemen to cut through, added the prince. As for our cavalry sabers, pointed out Greendale, my archers can rain justice down upon them. Methuselah said, if they are in the open, blinded by the sun, it will be a massacre. It is the edge we need to win this war. Dale picked up the assault rifle and slung it back on his shoulder. We need to first reach the shelter again, take all the other weapons, and all the ammunition cases. I am going to need a wagon, or a cart at least. The problem is getting your force close enough to her at the right time to force her to retreat, Greendale responded. During the battle, we will need to create a corridor through her legions so you can get close enough to her. I think our secret weapons can create that breach in her lines. Belson spoke up. Greendale turned to Belson. Agreed. Secret weapon? All at the table questioned. Greendale turned back to the leaders at the table. For now, it is best it is kept secret. Need to know. Need to know? The Pharaoh's translator asked. For now, it is need to know. I promise your Pharaoh. He will know when the time is right. Greendale smiled, wanting to end the subject there. It is very important she doesn't know. She translated Greendale's words to the Pharaoh, who nodded his head in agreement. 2 days later. It was a clear, crisp, late September day when Dale rode into Littlefields with a column of 30 riders, which included Chopson and Zup. Josh walked alongside them. Pixa was hovering over Dale's right shoulder. Taking up the rear of the column was a covered wagon teamed by Pete and John. They both carried Warson assault rifles, as did 4 of the riders. They were the original archers that had been given the weapons at the shelter. The 3 original spearmen from the shelter and the Battle of the Sulphur Mine carried the urban fighters. The rest of the riders in the column were all young men in their 20s, all from East Riverton, armed only with sabers. Richardson and Kiya came out of the former mayor's home to greet them as they rode into Littlefields town square. Dale looked at the line of unharnessed chariots parked in the square. 2 steel-armored Anubis charioteers stood guard. He looked down at Kiya. Your Pharaoh is ordering your squadron to East Riverton. Oh? She was surprised by the order. The Pharaoh is in East Riverton. He wants your squadron to join the army he is forming there, Dale explained. As for me and the rest of my warriors, she asked. You're to continue to garrison Littlefields and the bridge at Ridgeline Inn. Dale relayed the Pharaoh's orders as Dale handed her a scroll with the Pharaoh's seal. It is all written in this. She broke the seal, rolled out the parchment to read the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. I see. She turned to one of her junior officers and spoke to him in their ancient language. The Anubis bowed his head, repeated her command. She confirmed it before he ran off towards the charioteers. They quickly began to bring out horses from the nearby stable and began hitching them to the chariots. You seem upset, Dale observed. A bit frustrated by her orders, she explained. I would like to be part of this. I want to accompany you. I have my chariot to add to the effort. You holding Littlefields is extremely important, Kiya, Dale assured her. You are preventing her forces from swinging around us and hitting us from the north as she draws our attention to the southwest towards Trigor. I understand. But still, just by us being here, she will not make that move, she answered. Exactly, Dale confirmed. He is only requesting your chariot squadron. The bulk of your warriors are needed here to defend the northern approach. I do not understand your desire for danger and excitement. Zoop inquired. You are adding greatly to the war effort, yet without the personal risk. Why do you ride with Dale, Zup? She questioned him. It is my way of protecting my city and my loved ones. Zup replied. I also feel an odd brotherhood with Dale. I want to fight alongside him. Perhaps then you understand that I could feel the same. That I too want to fight for my loved ones, my city, and for Dale, she answered. Do you? Pixa asked, a little bit jealous. For Dale? I do, Pixa, as I know you do too. She looked up at the fairy hovering beside Dale. I am overwhelmed by all your desires to fight beside me. Dale uncomfortably responded to their conversation about him. I do feel the same for all of you. He looked at the Anubis female and steel male. Kiya, I know you are the best person to secure Littlefields, to command your Anubis warriors and the humans here. I know I'm repeating myself, but you cannot underestimate the strategic importance of your command here. Richardson spoke up. I am not a warrior, Kiya. I am just a farmer. I can help you coordinate with the men, but I am not the one to command, especially without your warriors. Considering what Dale and Richardson were saying, she closed her eyes briefly and opened them again as she sighed. I understand, but I still wish to fight alongside you. Perhaps the great author will write that she decides to split her army and have them attack north. Josh tried to give her hope. The great author may be planning to write of the great stand of Kiya and her Anubis and human garrison. As long as it is not a last stand, Dale qualified. I could only hope, Kiya responded. Morning. Dale was surprised that he was no longer receiving any more nightly visits from Lucifera. He knew they could not kill her, making him wonder. Had their shooting her in the Pharaoh's courtyard damaged her so severely that she's still recovering? He dressed, preparing to move his men to the Riverside Inn by day's end. Her absence perplexed him. Had she finally realized she could not seduce me? If she did, what will be her next move? Either way, he was glad not to have her disturbing his nights, although still knowing she would not give up so easily. Her lack of nightly visits did not give him the sense of relief he had hoped it would. Instead, it haunted him with a deeper unease. What are you planning, Lucifera? Walking downstairs, all the men were at tables eating and drinking a hot beverage. You have to try this. Chopson handed a ceramic mug to Dale. Dale looked at the black liquid in the mug. He sniffed at the vapors that rose from it. Smells wonderful. Just smelling it seemed to give him energy. He was about to take a sip to try it when Chopson stopped him. No, wait. Chopson put his hand over Dale's cup. Not yet. Chopson dripped a couple of drops of honey into his mug. He then took a small pitcher of cream off the table, also adding it to the drink. With a spoon clicking against the mug, he swirled the honey and cream into the black liquid, changing it to a light brown. Now try. Dale looked at the others that all had the cups and were smiling at Dale, waiting for him to take his first taste. He smiled back, taking a sip. His eyes widened. This is good. It gets better, Zup responded. Better? Dale asked. Much better once you finish at least half a cup. Chopson grinned. Dale continued drinking as he enjoyed the aroma and the flavor. How? Finishing half the cup. It is written, you will feel something. Josh smirked. Dale could feel himself becoming more alert, more awake. What is this? Coffee, they all answered. Coffee. He drank more, enjoying the drink and the sensation. Where did you get this? We supplied it. It's a bean from our original continent, Kiya explained. Although here we needed to build glass houses for the plants to take root. This is not the right environment to grow coffee. This area is too cold and dry. Our coffee growers take great care to maintain the correct temperatures and humidity in these glass buildings. It is a drink only for our highest of nobles. Our pharaoh has presented it to you and your men as a gift for banishing the devil maiden from his court. I will have to thank him the next time I see him. Dale turned to the room, raising his voice to address them. Finish up your coffee and breakfast. We'll be pulling out in 30 minutes. Please continue to Chapter 42. To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.